All right, so this is a document. I'm sure you can see. This is what we just printed, and I think we've done a great job, and it looks good. All right, good morning once again to all of you, my students in this classroom as well as my students online. Today we want to continue with our Microsoft Word training, and we want to move to another level to design more documents. Today I'll be designing an application form for you to see how it is done, and we will learn new tools today. We will learn how to use a screenshot to capture whatever we want on the screen. We will learn how to work more with images and tables, and we are going to learn something new today. Remember, we are taking a full course in Microsoft Word, and I'm taking you from a beginner level to a professional level. So I want you to follow through with us and study Microsoft Word with us. If you have not gone through the previous lessons, I want you to go back and watch the part 1, part 2, and this is part 6. So follow through with us and you will learn new things. With this course, you'll be productive at the workplace. With this course, you will be able to move your career to a better level. You'll be able to earn more, and you'll even be able to get a job if you do not have one. Before we begin, I'd like to tell all of you watching me and all of my students here that it takes time to be successful. Success doesn't come in just one day. It takes time to be successful. Even when you are working very hard, it will take you at least 3 to 7 years to be successful. Even if you are working very, very hard, it will take you at least 3 to 7 years of consistent and persistent hard work to be able to be successful in life. Life is not a rush. Success will not come in 1 hour. A nation is not built in 1 day. And so, what I want to tell you is that don't waste your time. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you have something you want to achieve, it will take time before you get it. And so I want you to start working on it now. Start now. If you have any dream in mind, start working now. If you have a business to start, if you want to start a business, if you have a business in mind, start now. If you have a project in mind, start now. It will take time. If you want to learn new skills, this is the right time to start because it will take time. Your success will not be overnight. And so you have to be aware that success takes time, and success is not for lazy people. So work hard, don't give up. Keep on fighting, keep on learning, keep on pushing, and you will get there very soon. If you want new skills in Microsoft Word, don't think you will get it overnight. So you have to go through the lesson, follow with us. Don't say the lesson is too long. Don't say it's 1 hour, so I'll not be able to have time for it. You have to make time for it, and you have to practice everything we are teaching. All the documents we are creating, I want to task you to prepare them yourself. I want you to design them. As you watch this video, I want you to design them and print them out. Make sure you achieve whatever we achieve in this video. So do that, and you can share your comment with us for us to know you've completed this project, that project. You can share it on Google Drive and let all of us know. You can share it on Microsoft OneDrive and let us see your work. and all the images and resources we will need, or you will need, to be able to design anything. I'm going to put a link in the description, so check the links. You'll be able to download the images we are using so that you'll be able to design with us. I want the best for you. I want you to succeed, and I want you to have new skills. So let's get right onto the PC and start the work for today. Alright, so today we would like to design a new document, and I would like to show you how the document looks like. So let me click here and show you. We are designing a PDF document again, and it's in PDF, but when we are going to use Microsoft Word, and when we finish we will bring it back to PDF. So this is something I downloaded from the web, and I just want us to design it. So there are 2 pages, but I will design the first page, and this is an application or admission form. So let me zoom in a little for you to see. So you'll be able to design the top here, and you'll be able to create all of this. And let me scroll down a little. You'll be able to create this table. I'm sure you'll be good with tables by now, and you'll be able to create all of this. And let's go down the bottom parts. Remember, we are designing just the page 1. So the bottom parts, this is the bottom part. You'll be able to design all of these. So it's a simple work, it's a simple task. So I want us to work on it today, and next time we'll do something more difficult. So this is our project for the day. All right, so let me minimize it and start working. I'll launch my Microsoft Word. I have Microsoft Word 2016 on my desktop. When I open to Microsoft Word, remember, you will click on blank document. So I see my sheet here. I think the first thing I will do this time is to change the paper to A4, because I want to work with A4. So I'll come up here and go to the layout, go to size, and change the paper to A4. We've already discussed this. A4. Alright, so this is the A4 sheet, and we are going to use the A4 sheet to design this. Remember, when you are creating a document, it is good to bring in the text first before you start with your formatting. So I'm going to type what we have here: Model Academy, the prestigious school of Maya. So I'll come here and type Model Academy, the prestigious school of Maya. Okay. Then BC Road, Jammu dot. So BC Road, Jammu, and full stop. You don't need a full stop for something like this, so let me clear the full stop. Then we have 1 line break, and then we have application form for admission. So I'll break the line 1, 2, and I will go ahead and type application. Application is double P, right? Application form for admission. All right, then we have section 20-20. Section 20-20. All right, so after that we will come here and design, type this admission number ... Then we move to the far right and we'll type date ... Now you can see that the admission number here, it starts from the first line, and when it ends here, it's a wide gap, and then the date also continues, and date also ends on the margin line, on the same line. So let's see how we can achieve that. To be extremely perfect, you can use a table to do that because you're on the same line and create 2 columns for the table. But then you can also just type it. So let me just go ahead and type it. Admission number space dot 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 dot. Then remember, I'm using the tab key. Do you remember the tab key? That's what I'm using. The tab key, do you see the cursor moving? You are not supposed to use space. No, that's an error. Even though you want to move to the far right on the same line, this has nothing to do with alignment, text alignment. This space, you have to provide it. So to be able to move to the far right, you need to use the tab key because the tab moves in blocks. That's what I've done here. And this is not indenting as well. And this is not indenting as well. Let me type date space dot 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 dot. Now, for something like this, I will type till it breaks down. You see it has broken down. And what I will do is to come here behind the D and press my backspace once. Then it will come back again, and I will go into the dot dot again and continue pressing the dot till it breaks again because I want to hit the last margin. So I'll keep on pressing till I see that it breaks again. When it breaks, I'll press backspace once. Then I'll press the dot again and see if it will break. Okay, it breaks. I press my backspace and I know I have it. So I'll go back like this, and this is okay. If you want to be extremely perfect with this, you can use a table and create 2 columns. Then you align this to the left, align this one to the right. All right, so let me see what we have. Okay, I think at this point I would like to do the formatting for the top, and then we will continue with the rest. Is that okay? Okay, so I will first of all identify the font they use. Who can tell me the font they use here? Pardon? Arial Black. Model Academy is Arial Black. So I'll highlight it, go to the Home tab, select Arial Black. Then I'll check and see the size. Make sure I increase my size. I increase my size 1, 2, 3. Let me check if I have it. Let me add one more. Okay, I think this is okay. Let me add one more and see. Let's see. All right, so let's leave it here like this, 18. Then prestigious school of Maya and Jamu, they will all be selected and made bold. Increase font 1, font 12. Let's see, let me center them. They are supposed to be centered, so you come up here, center, and you center. Please, if I'm too fast, let me know so that I slow down for you. All right, please, are you following? Okay, excellent. Now, for me, if I am designing this, I'll add one more size to this, and this, I think I'll leave it this way. All right, so when I check the prestigious school of Maya and the BC Road, I see that the original has no spacing between the lines, but this one has too much space. Can you see the space I'm talking about? So who can tell me how to fix this? Pardon? Who can tell me how to fix this? Excellent. So use a paragraph spacing. So on the home tab, you move right here to line and paragraph spacing, and you come down here to remove space after paragraph. Do you see this? You click on it and it will clear it. Remember, this remove space after paragraph, you'll be using it a lot, most of the time. So you have to know how to handle it. Without learning that particular feature, you'll not be able to get your document to look the way you want. All right. Now the spacing here too, I think is too much compared to the original. So let me go and clear the paragraph spacing as well and see. I think it's better now, right? Okay. Now the whole document is supposed to move to the top a little bit. So how can I move the whole document to the top? Who can tell me what to do? Pardon? You don't select anything here. This is not CorelDRAW. How do I move the whole document to the top? Excellent. We are going to use a top margin. Please pay attention. You see the document is starting on this line because of the margin here. Do you see the margin here? That is what is making the document start on that line. So if I want it to move up, I'll just click on the top margin and adjust it a little bit. Did you see this? So I have solved it. So I move the top margin up. Usually with application forms, you have to adjust the margins because this is not like a letter. So the form will need more space. So even with this document, I'm sure we'll be dealing with the margins. We'll be adjusting some of the margins. All right. So let me go ahead and format this. Now, I want you to tell me the type of formatting I will do. Look at this and tell me the formatting I will do. What will I apply to mine to make mine look like this? Who can tell me? What do I have to do? First of all, I have to apply some bold, right? I have to apply bold. Number two, what will I apply? I have to increase the font size to 12. Mine is 11. I increase to 12. And what will I do next? I'm going to center it. Excellent. So when you see a formatting, you should be able to identify all that has been done to it. So let's go ahead and do that to ours. I'll highlight the whole line, come to the formatting here. First of all, we'll make it bold. Let's see, it's bolded. We'll click here to make it 12. It's 12. And what's the last thing? Center. We'll come here and center right here. Center. Excellent. So now we have it here. This is wonderful. So let me check here. I can see that the spacing here is too much. The spacing here is too much. Now we need the line break, but the spacing is too much. I think that even though we need a line break, the line break we applied came with extra paragraph spacing. So I'll highlight that line. I can pick the line from here and I'll come to the paragraph spacing and remove the space after paragraph, and I've closed it up a little bit, and this is okay. Now remember that an empty line can also have a paragraph spacing. It's not only text that will have paragraph spacing. Empty line can also have paragraph spacing. Okay, now as I'm designing this, if I see that something is not done well, I will make it better. So this application form, I think it should be much bigger. Let me try this style and see. Title and center it. I think this is fine. Make it bold. Center 12. Put this in brackets. And this session 2020, we'll leave it like that. But to make more sense, we can say let me change the text there to 2021/2022 academic year. At least I want it to make more sense. Is this one better? Pardon? This sounds better, right? Excellent. Now you see how I've applied admission form for admission. It makes it look better. The font is not too heavy, but it opens it up a little to show you what we are working on. In designing, there's something we call focal point. There's something we call what? There's something we call focal point. Focal point is the first thing your viewer must see when they look at the design. The first thing that should draw the eye is a focal point. And so when you are designing, sometimes if you want a picture to be the focal point, you see that you make the picture very big and you write the text small. Now the picture is the first thing that will grab attention. So on your work, what is the first thing to grab attention? I think application form for admission, I think is great. So this is our focal point, and your focal point must be visible. So this is what we've done here. Let's continue. And this one here needs only bold. So let me highlight the whole line from here and make it bold. Now I can see that some of the text is broken here. So what I will do, if I don't want to reduce a dot, remember I said if you had used a table, it would have been much easier. This one, to fix this, I'll come behind the D again and press backspace again. Then I will this time allow some spacing because I don't want to add too much of the dot. I've applied about 5 spaces. Click here, add some more dots and see. I think 3 should be fine. Let me space this again. 1, 2, 3, and I'll do this till it breaks to the next line. Then I'll bring it back once. So it has broken, right? Have you seen this? I bring it back, and now I know that I'm on the last margin. This is very important. Please, are you following? Remember, everything I'm designing, you are supposed to do the same. So follow with me. Learn everything I'm doing. Just practice it. Don't just watch it. When you watch it, it's not enough. When you watch someone do something, it's not enough. You will get the skills when you do it yourself. Alright, so I can see that the spacing here is too much. I'll click on this and come here. First of all, see what I'm going to do to this part. I've selected this space. I'll come to the paragraph and line spacing. Remember, this paragraph and line spacing, you'll use it all the time. I'll clear the line spacing from there, and still the space I'm having is too wide for me. I'll select this text over here and also remove the space under it. I'll come here, select this, and let's see if it is closer. Okay, it is fine, but let me use this opportunity to teach you something. Now if you clear paragraph spacing and still the space is not much for you, if there is a line break there, what you can do, watch this line break, remember that this line break is having font size what do you see? It's having font size what? I can reduce the font size and watch what will happen. When I reduce the font size, it's also reducing the space, the gap over there. So I can use the font size over there to also control the space I have over there. Let me do the same to this space here. So I highlight this space, I highlight this space here. Let me check if I have paragraph and line spacing. I don't. So what I will do is to come to the font and use the font to font size. You see what's happening? Excellent. I like that. You can reduce till you get the space you want. Okay, so I just did that for you to see. Let me go back, undo 1, undo 2, and I think I'm okay. All right, the next thing I will do is to bring in my logo. Now after we design the whole thing, we will check the formatting for the last time. If something is not right, then we'll fix it. So it doesn't mean we are done with what we want to do. Are you following? All right, so now we want to bring in our logo, and this logo, I don't have it as a file. I don't have the logo as a file. If I had the logo as a file, I'll just go and import it. But I don't have any file. If you check here, there's no file here for me to use as my logo. So what I'm going to do for the sake of learning, I'm going to capture the logo from their work. I'm going to what? Now this is not like copy and paste. I'm going to take a snapshot of the logo from their document. Sometimes in Microsoft Word you have to do that. You have to take a snapshot of something that you want to import into your work. So watch what I'm going to do. This is already open. This is open. Let me zoom in a little bit to make it bigger. It's already open like this. I will leave it open and click on mine, open mine as well. And I'm going to go to the Insert tab and show you a new tool you may not know we have in Microsoft Word. What do you see here? This screenshot is amazing. When I click here, I'll be able to pick any available window that is open into my document. I'll be able to bring in any window that is open, is loading, but any window that is open, I'll be able to bring it into my document from here. But that's not what I want to use right now. I want to use this guy here. What do you see? Pardon? Screen clipping is what I'm going to use. We use this to take a snapshot, not just a snapshot, to shoot just a small area that you want. So when I click on this, my Microsoft Word will minimize. Let me zoom out and click on it. Watch this. When I click, my Word will minimize, and in some few seconds, I'll have the opportunity to select what I want. You see the screen has become whitish. Now they are waiting for me to select or drag the area I want to copy. So I'll come here and capture here. Do you see this? This is an important feature. Once I do that, it will grab it into my document. This is wonderful. Have you seen this? You can do this to anything. You can capture anything you want. First of all, open that first before your Microsoft Word, because when you select the screen clipping, your Microsoft Word is going to minimize. Did you see that it's minimized? So what is open will be the next thing to capture. So I will not have it minimized before I open to my Microsoft Word. I'll have it maximized first and also open my Microsoft Word in front of it. So when my Microsoft Word minimizes, that will be the next window to show. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what we did here. Right now, when I minimize this, this is the next window to show, right? So if I want to capture something here, I will open this first. Then I will open my Microsoft Word second on top. Have you seen it? I will not have it minimized. If it's minimized like this, it means I'm going to grab something on the desktop. When I open to Microsoft Word, because when I select the screen clipping, it's going to minimize Word and show the next window. Let me go there again. Insert, screenshot, screen clipping. Do you see what is showing now? So now I have to capture what I want here. I can capture zoom, and I have zoom in my document. Can you see this? You can have anything you want. All right. Last night I uploaded a video on the Zoom meeting we had the last time. So if you were not in class or you were not part of that meeting, you can go and watch. And I gave an introduction to database management. From today, I'll be uploading the main lessons on database management, but I think the introduction will help you get an idea of what databases are to give you a head start. All right, let's continue with our work. So this Zoom here, I don't need it. So I want to delete it. I press delete on my keyboard and it's gone. Now this particular image, I need to work with it. Remember, I cannot just drag it and put it here. It's not going to work the way I want. Let me undo. Now, for me, the first thing I will do is to clear the excess white spaces around it, because I don't need it. It will occupy space for nothing, so I don't need it. So to do that, I'll click on the image, move up here to the format. Remember picture tools, format, and I'll move right to crop. This crop, we use it all the time. When you are working with images, it's the most popular tool to use for image editing. So I'll click on it, and when you click on the crop, you see these shapes around your image. And what those handles are there for is to help you to clear unnecessary spaces. So this is what we mean by cropping. Cropping means removing unnecessary part of the image. So So I'm cropping any part of the image that I don't need. Do you understand what I'm doing? So I'm removing the excess spaces. When you finish, just click outside and you have your image. So you see that it's better. All right, let me be fast. Now to move it here, it's not going to do that. So I need to do something to it. Who can tell me what I have to do to the logo to let it move to exactly where I want it to be? Last time we did this. Who can tell me what to do? Yes. Okay. So we use a wrap text. All right. So we went to format. Remember, when you're editing images, you have to work in the format tab. Then we go to wrap text, and you can tell me the one to choose. Millicent, which wrapping am I supposed to choose? Okay, so Millicent says in front of text. Is she right? Yes. Excellent. So I'll click in front of text. Now, when I click that, you'll see that the image can now be moved anywhere. See how the image is obeying me? It can move wherever you want to put it, even on top of something it will work. It will move anywhere. So I'll just position it where it's supposed to be. Reduce the size a little bit. I can even use my arrow keys to adjust the position, and I'll click outside and check. I think you should come closer a little bit. Okay, so I think it's okay. Let's leave it like this. All right, so now you've learned something, right? At least you've learned the screen clipping. You've refreshed your memories on the in front of text wrapping. All right, let me save my work. Let me go ahead and save my work. Remember, when you are working, you should save. You shouldn't wait till you finish before, because anything can happen. So I'll go to file, click on save, click on browse, and I'll quickly browse to where I want to save this document. I've saved it. I actually think that this document will need some more spaces on the left and right margins, so you have to do that. Remember, this is not a letter, so you need more room. So I should have even done this the first time, but I just wanted to follow what they have. So I'll come here and make sure I get this. I get my pointer to be like this. I grab it and I move it. I think this should be okay. Let me make 1.5. Okay, like this. And I'll do the same to the right. Bring it to 18. I think it's okay. So what I have done now is to open the margins to create more room. In doing that, I have to move this. Let me clear the spaces I gave and use the tab to move it to the far right again. I think this has worked. Let me press space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I press the space because I know that if I had pressed tab again, it would have broken. So I'll bring it back and use a space this time to get it. When it breaks, I'll bring it back. All right, so I have this. Let's go ahead and design all of this. So we'll type all of this. For the sake of time, let me copy everything here to here. Let me start again. I'll drag everything here to here and then copy. Right click and copy. Now I will not send it to Microsoft Word directly. I'll go to Notepad. Remember, I'll paste everything here, Control V, and I'll select everything, Control A, copy everything, Control C. Now come to Microsoft Word and paste, Control V. So this one, it has pasted the text, but it has pasted it without any formatting. I don't need any formatting. I want to do my own formatting. All right. Now the reason why my notepad is looking big is that the text is looking big is that I've increased the font size in the program itself. So when I get here, the only thing I will do is to make sure everything is in line. So let me check the original, and everything is supposed to be in line. So let me just come here and do that. But then I think I'm going to create a space for the passport picture so that it doesn't take our time later on. So I will go ahead and do that. I'll go to Insert, I'll use Shapes, and I'm going to use this rectangle to draw my passport picture. I'll click on it, come here and draw. Now when you draw something like this, it will come with the in front of text formatting, so you can just put it wherever you want. So I'll drop it somewhere here, zoom out, and I will add some properties to it to make it look better. Remember, everything we are doing here is just for the sake of learning. We are just learning. So if we use any document that belongs to any school, it doesn't mean we are impersonating them or we are using their documents wrongly. We are just designing something and we just want something to follow. All right, so I'll work on the formatting here. So you have to make sure the box looks like the size is enough for a passport to fit in. You can't draw it like this and say put a passport in or fix a passport here. It doesn't look okay. Even though the passport is not there yet, the box should look like the size of a passport picture. All right, so we want to format this. Remember, when I click on it, I can go to the Format tab. This Format tab helps a lot. I'll click on it, go to the Format tab, and the tools here will help me to format this the way I want. First of all, I don't need the blue background in it. Either it is plain white, and I'll get it from the shape fill. Once it's a shape, that we have a fill and we have what? And we have what? Outline. So when you have shapes allow you to fill with a color and apply color to the outline. Right now, fill is what will go in. So let me make it white, and now it's white, right? I think I want it to be prominent a little bit, so I will not use white. Remember, when something is not better, I'll make it better. So I will change this to the gray scale. I think I'll use gray 15% to make it stand out a little bit. At least when you see something like this, it should stand out a little bit for you to see. So this is what I will do. I'll click on it again and apply black borders. The borders here are dark blue. I want to change it to black. So I'll come to the format again. Remember this format. Now this time we have drawing tools. Remember, when you are with images, you get image or picture tools. This time we have drawing tools because this I drew it, right? All right, so under drawing tools, format, shape outline, I'll use black. If you don't need an outline on any shape you are designing, you'll come here and select no outline. This time I need an outline, so I'll click on black and I'll get black outline. And for the sake of teaching you, I will make the border a little bit thicker, because I think I want to put some prominence in it. So I'll click on it and I will go back to the drawing tools format. Remember that. Come here, shape outline again. I'm still working on the outline, so I'll definitely go to the outline. I'll come to the weight of the outline and I think I'll make it 2¼ points. Let's see. I think it looks great. What do you think? It looks much better. So when it comes to formatting shapes, you have all the tools you need. Now let me put some text in it. It says attach colored passport size photo duly attested. Okay, let me copy that. Okay, so I'll highlight it and right click to copy. Come here, Control A to select all, backspace to delete, paste. Then I'll highlight and copy. The reason why I bring text to Notepad and then I'll copy it again before bringing it into Microsoft Word is that text come with formatting. When you copy some text from somewhere, there are styling within it. I don't want to bring it into Microsoft Word because Microsoft Word will receive every styling that is coming into it, unless I go to Paste Special and I remove it. But I'm used to pasting it in Notepad because Notepad cannot receive any formatting. When you paste text in Notepad, it will strip all formatting. Then I'll copy from Notepad, which will give me the plain text. Then I'll bring it into my document and apply my own formatting. I like to apply my own formatting to make my document look the way I want. If you don't learn how to do this, sometimes you bring in text, especially when you copy from the web. You are going through a website, you see some text you want to put in your document. When you copy, it will come with all the styling on that website. And when you bring it into Microsoft Word, it will be hard to format. Because most of the time there are tables within it, there are divs, and a lot of features within it that will make it difficult to color. Okay, fine. Now, I want to go into this box and put some text. Usually, when you double click on a box and you start typing, it allows you to put in text. So all I did was to double click on it and I started typing something. So I pressed like D and then I cleared it with backspace. Then I'll paste what I copied, what I want to put in. So let me highlight this and change the color to, I don't want it to be too prominent, so I'll not give it dark black. I'll give it a gray color, something like this. And I'll remove the paragraph spacing. Remember, paragraph spacing comes everywhere. I think Microsoft should do something about this paragraph spacing. So Microsoft, if you are listening to me, I want you to do something about the paragraph spacing because it disturbs. I think you can use AI to detect where paragraph spacing is needed and where it's not needed. Okay, so I will come here and make this bold. And I'll come here and put this in brackets if it's necessary and zoom out. Okay, so now when you see something like this, you know that it is just asking for information, but it is not really. It's just asking for information. That's why it's a little bit faded. Okay, I can see that the black outline is also too prominent. I want to reduce its emphasis a little, so I'm going to zoom in and change the color. I'll change the color from that dark black to a gray. Let me use a gray color, maybe the same one I used for the text, and I think it looks better. It looks better this way. Excellent. All right, so let me position this wall with my arrow keys and continue with my formatting. So now the dots here, I will reduce the dots. I'm pressing backspace to clear the dots, so I get something like this. Let me add one to the next one here. This, I'll reduce the dots from here because we don't need too much space for male or female. Category, let me add more dots here. 1, 2. I think it's okay. Remember, I'm intentionally leaving some spaces around this shape, and the space I want them to be in line, so that's why I'm doing this. Let me go ahead and add some dots here. Now, if you want to know Microsoft Word, just go ahead and do everything I'm doing. Don't just watch and don't just say this is nothing. Do it. When you do it, when you apply the formatting, you'll see that you will get the skill. So don't think it's too much work. Spend the time and get it done. Okay. So over here, I see the number 5. Let me see how it is here. Number 5 is actually having father's name and occupation on the same line. So they're actually expecting me to have all the text, or father's name should be on a new line by now. So let's see what I can do. Let me reduce this height a little and see. This will be too short for me. I don't like it that way. So let's see what I can do. If I want them on the same line, let me select from here to here to 6 and come to line spacing this time. I'll increase the line spacing a little bit. Let's see 1.5. Let me use a 1.5 line spacing. So the 1.5 has opened it up a little. Okay, and I think I'll click on this box and move it up so that we'll get space for the occupation of the father's name. This is good. Let me reduce this space. Okay, father's name. Okay, it will need it. Backspace. Okay, then we'll do same to mother's name. Are you with me? Okay, please, I want to advise you. These kind of things, they are the application of the knowledge we receive in school. When you go to school to learn, you are supposed to be able to do things like this at the workplace. You are supposed to be able to do things like this. So these are the things that you are expected to master. So all that I'm doing, I want you to do them. They are your assignments. Go over and do them. Do them so that you know how to do them, because this is what Microsoft Word is meant for. Everything in Microsoft Word, or everything you hear, it is because they want you to be able to do something like this. So do this and make sure you have yours, and that will show that you have also studied. Alright, so let me go ahead and clear the space here. Space, and reduce the dots. Give space here. Reduce the dots. I'll let it be in line with the father's name. So I'll just go back till it's in line. And here too, I'll reduce the dots. And that's okay. Then I'll go to present address. The dots are too much, so I'll just reduce the dots here. And which one is pin? Let me check here. Pin and contact number. Let me reduce the dots here and add some more dots. Permanent address. Click here, reduce this, remove the dots. Let me add one more here. Come back here, clear the dots, let it be in line with this pin. Come here, I think this space is too close. Open like this. This one should also be in line with the contact here. Add some more dots here, and you can see that the work is beginning to come together. It's beginning to look okay. When we finish with everything, we'll apply our final formatting before we print. So let me go ahead and save. I click here to save. Alright, let me check this. And over here they are saying previous academic record. So this table is meant for previous academic record. I want you to, okay, let's see. Alright, So I want you to count the number of columns and the number of rows for me. Let me zoom in a little and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and what? 7. Alright, so we see 7. Let me zoom in well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Are they 7? And how many rows? 2 rows. Okay, so let me go ahead and insert that right here. Under this, I press enter and insert that. So I'll go to the insert tab, table, I click on this, and then I just drag over this. I'm not clicking on anything, I'm just hovering my mouse over it, and it's giving me. So they've written 7 by 2. That means 7 columns and 2 rows. So I have them here. Let me go ahead and put my text in. So I'll come here. We have s.no. I think it stands for serial number. So s.no school last attended. Let me paste it here and copy. School last attended. Let me come here, highlight everything here and paste in Notepad and take them one by one. So we have class, Control X to cut, paste. We have year, Control X to cut, paste. We have marks, Control X to cut, paste. Age, I don't know why they've written age like this, but let me correct it. We have age, Control X to cut, Control V to paste. Regular / private, Control X to cut, and I'll paste that here. Please, are you following? All right, let me go ahead and check on the column width. So I think the S number should be smaller, school attendance should be bigger or wider, and check the rest. Let's be fast. So I'll come in here. Now remember that if you want to adjust table columns, you can come on the column line within the table. Watch this. Within the table, click and drag and it will move the line. Do you see it? Please, do you see that? Or you can come up here and use this. So let me bring it. You can use it because when you click inside the table, now this is called a ruler. If you don't have a ruler on your Microsoft Word, go to view and check the ruler. Do you see this ruler? Let me uncheck it and you see that it's gone, right? So maybe you don't have ruler. If you don't have a ruler, go to view and turn on your ruler. That is it. Now when I'm outside the table, watch this. I'm going to click here. When I'm outside the table, the ruler is white like the usual one we use for the main document. But when I click within the table, you see that it is in columns. Have you seen it? Okay, so you can come here and use this to reduce the width. But the difference is this. Watch the difference. If I use the ruler, watch what is happening. In 2016, you can see that the entire table is becoming smaller. It's adjusting the entire table. Do you see it? Please, do you see that the entire table is moving? You can see from here. But watch this. If you use the one within it, watch this. If I use the inside one, the table is not moving. Can you see that? I don't know if people can see. Okay. So that's the difference. If I use the one inside the table, I'll just open the column without touching the width of the table. But if I use this here, watch this, the entire table width will also be adjusted. Can you see? Excellent, excellent. All right, so let me go ahead, click here and make everything bold. And I think we need some spaces. The spaces we need, you see that we need some spaces here. Ours is too close. We need some lines for them to write, because we are going to print and they are going to write with pen. So we need some spaces. This particular space, you click within one of the cells and hit enter 1, 2, 3 to create that space. Can you see this? Remember how I did it? This is fine. This is what I'm talking about. So I click on one of the cells and I hit enter. Now, if you are trying to reduce a space like this and you don't know where was clicked or where the spaces are, let's say you try adjusting the border here and it's not responding, you should know that the height is like this because of spaces. So you have to inspect all the cells and look for the spaces. So you inspect all of them one by one and look for the spaces. So I don't see the space anywhere. Let me check the first one. When I check the first one, I can see that, oh, the space is from here. So when I use backspace 1, 2, 3, I'll clear the space. That's if I want to clear. But if I need it, I also go to one cell, hit enter 3 times, and I'll have the space I need. Okay, good. I think we are fine. Let me save, Control S. Let's continue. Okay, so the rest of the text here, sorry. The rest of the text here, you know what? Let me highlight from here to here. Let me highlight from here to here. Right click and copy. Go to Notepad, Control A to clear, select everything, backspace, Control V. Then Control A to select everything, Control C to copy. Now over here I press Control V to paste. So I have pasted. It has moved into page 2. But don't worry, by the time we finish with the formatting, everything should be okay. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Number 10 should be on the same line. So I will click inside here and reduce the dots till I get it on the same line. Add 1. Then it says that for 11, for classes 11 and 12. So that is also here. Make it bold. And okay, make it bold. Let me come here and correct this. Stream should be on one line before number 11. Okay, so stream here is bold. Stream here is bold. Then we have 1 for science, 2 for commerce, 3 for arts, and it says please take the, I don't know the what. Okay, fine. So I'll make mine please take. Alright, so let me zoom in to that area. Let me click here and press tab and C. It's too much. Let me use spaces 3. 1, 2, 3. For science, after science, in front of 2, I'll use a tab 1, 2. I press tab twice. I'll come here in front of 3, press tab 1, 2 twice. Then here I'm going to select please take. So I'm going to use close a parenthesis here, please take. So let me check where the boxes are and I will insert mine. The boxes are after the courses. So I think over here we need the tab again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm supposed to draw some boxes here, and remember when you have to draw, you have to use your shapes. So go to insert shapes. Do you remember shapes? I come here and I choose this, and I'll use this to draw the shape here for the thicken. And I think I should just draw for 1 and format it. So it's blue. I can click on it, use my arrow key to adjust it. It is blue. I need to work on it. Let me click on the format The shape fill should be white this time. So shape fill will be white, shape outline will be black, and I think I'll increase the thickness a little bit. Remember the thickness, I went to weight, and I'll use 1.5 points or 1.5 points, so it makes it a little bit thicker. Please, can you see this? Excellent. So I'll click on this, Control C, Control V to paste, Control C, Control V to paste, and I'll move it on the same line. The guys are helping me to find the line, the guides. Come here, Control C, Control V. Sorry, I made a mistake, undo. I come here and adjust till I see the guide, and okay, so I think I fixed that. Remember, I designed just one of the boxes and I copied and I pasted to get the rest so that they'll be uniform. They'll be uniform. Uniformity is important. So now number 11 says subject offered. We have English, Okay, so I'll type 1 for English and create these boxes for the rest. Let me go ahead and do that. So number 1 is English, it's already there. It's too close. I'll press tab to move it 1 block, and I'll make English bold, and the number 2 supposed to move to 1 block, so I press tab. If I want to move again, tab again. Let me see if it will be okay. Okay, good. Then number 3, I come here, tab, tab, tab. I have it here. The dots here. Now, do you know how they created these lines? You know how they created these lines? Okay, let me clear it and create it. Should I create it for you? Excellent. That means you want to learn. Alright, so I'll hold shift and press the dash, so it will create what we call underscore. You know underscore? We use underscore, several underscores to create a line. So this is an intelligent way of creating a line. Do you know dash, hyphen, minus? That same key, when you add shift, it will go down. When you add shift, it will go down. Please watch this. When you press the minus key before the plus key, when you press the minus, you get a dash, right? But when you hold shift, you get what we call underscore. This underscore, when you press shift and use several underscores, it appears like a line. So most of the time, when you want someone to write something, you use your underscore to do that. Excellent. Let me come here and fix this. I need to create some spaces here. This needs to go to tab, tab. Now, one thing tab does is that tab always aligns your text. So I want 2 and 4 to be in line. There's no way of getting it perfectly than using the tab. So even though it was close like this, I used tab to move it. So this one too, I'll clear the spaces here, make sure they are in line here. And this one, let me see tab. If tab is creating too much space, press space. Okay, so I think I fixed that side. Now this please tick, I think I'm going to italize it to make it look like this, to show that it's an information. Then I have this text here where the parents and guardians will sign. I solemnly affirm that the dates of birth and particulars given above are correct to the best of my knowledge, and believe, and that I have reconfirmed the above entries which I certify to be correct. I request that admission may please be granted to my ward under rules. Full stop. Okay, so I can see that this is broken. Sometimes when you bring in text, you can see that the text can be broken. You press backspace to join it. It has joined too close to the first word. Space to move it. Space. So I have this here. I need some space again for the sign-in. So I need to create space for the sign-in of the full name of parent or guardian, signature of parent or guardian. So to do that, I'll hit enter again to create more space. The bottom margin, this is the time I will work on the bottom margin. I want to reduce the bottom margin so that I will have enough room for the last part of the document. So here I use the underscore to create the line for the sign-in. Several of them. I can copy it. I highlighted copy. Come here, press tab 1 2 3 4 5 6, paste. Okay, it has come too much. Let me reduce one from here and reduce one from here. Excellent, I have it. So come up here, full name of parent or guardian, signature of parent or guardian. I'm not supposed to use space. That's awful. What am I supposed to use? Tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, tab 4, tab. Let me check. Okay, if it's supposed to be centered, with this I can choose to center it by pressing space 1 2 3 4, and here 1. Okay, the space here were too much. 1 2 3. Okay, I'm supposed to make this bold. I think it's still okay. Then the spacing here, I need to remove the paragraph spacing. If you check the line is supposed to be close to the name here for the sign-in. So I will go to paragraph spacing, remove space after paragraph so that they will be closer. Please, can you see? It's good to be close. Now here I need to also, the space I've left is too much for the sign-in, considering the fact that we have some more text to add. So I will do that to clear some space, to create some space. At least it looks good for signing. And let me check this. Okay, I think good. Excellent. So I want everything to be in line. When I finish with everything, I'm going to do some more formatting. Now I need a thick line here and all these details, 1 2 3 4 boxes, and then we'll write date and sign and we'll be done. So I need some room. Let me create some room. So I'll come here and remove the paragraph spacing here. I need some space for all that. Let me see where I can get some space. I think the top here we used a lot of space for what we did here. So let me come here and whatever is here, reduce the line spacing, paragraph spacing to move it up. I need to create some space down there. These lines here, it was good we changed the line spacing to 1.5, but let me reduce it to 1.15 for all of them, because if I don't do something, we will not get space for the rest of the document. So let me select all of them, give them 1.15. This one here, I'm going to, please watch this, I'm going to remove the paragraph spacing under this so that it will be close to the box for us to know that we are talking about the box, or you put the information in the box. So definitely it's paragraph and line spacing. Now in doing this work, you can count how many times we've gone to paragraph and line spacing. So that tells you that this paragraph and line spacing, if you don't understand it, it can disturb you. Okay, everything is still intact. I think now I have some space. Let me fix this. This one doesn't look good. Let me I'm just trying to find some spaces so that, okay, I think I'll move the whole thing up a little bit, one more step. Let me see. Okay, create space here too. Okay, I think it will work now. All right, so okay. All right, I think all right, I think it's okay like this. If only they'll see where to put the date. Let me come down a little so that the date will stand out. All right, it's down too much. Okay, I think the shading within this is too much. Let me reduce it. Go to the format, shape fill. Let me reduce the shading. I think it's okay. I've reduced the percentage of the grayscale, the gray color. All right, so now I have space here. I need to draw this thick line. When I finish, I'll correct everything. I should have created this line before formatting this. Last time I explained it. Today I didn't do it. All right, let me click here, insert, click on shapes. This line, I'm actually going to draw the line. Please watch what I'm doing. I'm actually going to draw the line because I don't want to use the underscore for that, because the line is supposed to be very thick. So I'm going to draw the line. You can see that the line is not straight. The line I'm drawing, if you can see, is not straight. To make it straight, I'll hold the shift on my keyboard, and shift will lock it to make it straight by force. It's straight. Now that I have a straight line, I can come to the drawing tools again, and the shape, I'll give it color black, and then the weight, I will increase the weight to 2.5 points, 2.25 points. I think it's very thick. Let me check if it's too thick. I think it's too thick. Let me reduce the thickness of the line. I'll go back to formats under drawing tools, shape outline, weight, and I want 2, but I can't find 2. Oh, this 1.5 is okay. You can go to more lines to get what you want, but let me use 1.5. I think it's okay. 1.5 is fine. Now we can see that they are underlining the signature with blue. This underlining means you should check either the grammar or the position, but I think it's okay. I don't want to remove the position. They are detecting space before the signature, so the spelling they are giving me in the thesaurus here is okay. It's the same as this signature. I don't know how we spell signature, so there's nothing wrong. So I'll click ignore one so that the line will disappear. And remember, even if the line is there, that line will not show in printing, so it is just to give you information. All right, so let me put my information here. I'm just supposed to draw this 1 2 3 4 boxes. I'll draw one and duplicate. So where will I go? Insert, then shapes, then I'll select rectangle. I'll draw this over here. Then I'll go to the formatting tools, the drawing tools, go to format, the fill. I want the fill color to be white, the outline color to be black, and let me check again. I think it's okay. I need 4 of them. You can use your control key to also create a duplicate. When you press control and you drag, you'll get a duplicate. When you hold shift and you click on the next one, you select the 2. I want all the 2. Then I hold control and drag, and I can even add shift when I'm dragging, and it will create a duplicate for me. This is another way to duplicate. You use control, press control and drag, it will duplicate. Okay, I'm realizing that the whole thing was too wide. Let me delete all of them because I want something that's uniform. So I'll select all of them, delete, click on this, position well, hold control and hold shift. You see, when I add shift will lock it to line. Shift is doing a great job. So I'll do that, hold shift and click, hold control and drag together with shift, and I'll get a duplicate again. I don't know, I think I'm wasting time. How many do I need? 4, right? Okay, let me delete them again. The weight is too much. I want all of them to be uniform and all of them to fit on the line. Let me try this time. I'm using control to drag. So before I drag, I press control, then you can see that there's a plus. Let me show you. When you press the control, you see the icon with some plus. Do you see this? This means you're about to get a duplicate if you drag. Let me zoom out and do it. Hold control, I see it, then I drag. When you drag, it will create a copy. So a copy is created. You see that it's not in line. It's not in line, but I'm supposed to put it in line. To do that, I'll just hold shift, and shift will lock it on the line for me. And I'll just check the spacing, and I think it's fine. Just I want them to all be here, so I'll click on this, give space 1 2 3 4 5 on my arrow keys. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3. I just need to check and make sure they are okay, all on the same, they all have equal spaces. Whenever you are designing, uniformity is important, alignment is important. Alright, so I've drawn the boxes. Please, can you see? They look good. So let me put the text in. Admission granted, provisionally admitted. So I'll come here, admission granted. How do I put the text in? I can just start typing admission. Okay, the text is also white. Can you see this? So I'm not seeing anything. Let me change the color to black. So I wasn't seeing anything when I was typing. So admission what? Granted. Then here, let's check what is supposed to be here. Provisionally admitted. So these boxes, I think they've created it for official purposes, so that if they grant admission, they'll just tick. So when they pick the form in the school later, they know that this person has admission, this person it doesn't have. Okay, so provisionally admitted. So let me type that here. I'll just start typing. Or let me go ahead and change the text color to black first before I start typing. Okay, it's not responding, so let me highlight and change it to black. So you need to highlight first, start typing and change the color to black. Please remember this. Provisionally. Okay, I made a mistake with the provisionally. Now in Microsoft Word, when you make a typing mistake, you remember we talked about spell checking in word processing. They will detect when you make a typing mistake. So to fix the mistake, do you see a red line under it? Anytime you see a red line under your text, it means there's a typing error or the word is not recognized. Now, sometimes the word may be correct in your local language, but Microsoft Word doesn't know that word, so they will underline it just to draw your attention. You see that they didn't try fixing it. They underlined it to draw your attention. So you have to check whether it is right or wrong. And I see that I've made a mistake. Do you see the mistake? What's the mistake? Okay, I'm supposed to use one S and I'm using double S. So I'll right click to check the options they give me. And you can see that they give me the right one here. I'll click on it and it will update it. So provisionally granted. Is that what I'm supposed to type? Provisionally admitted. Okay, provisionally admitted. Okay, I can see that it has disappeared. It means that the text is not getting enough room. So I will reduce the font size to 10. I highlighted and I reduce the font size to 10. I'll do same to this to 10. So over here, when I start typing, I'll do the same. So the third box is supposed to have admission deferred. So I'll start typing A. I'll highlight in and change the color to black. Admission. Let me highlight everything by double clicking and change the font size to 10 before I continue. Admission deferred. Is that correct? Then the last one is admission rejected. So I'll start typing A, then I'll highlight inside and I'll change the color to black, font size to 10, and I'll continue typing admission rejected. See what I've done? Okay, I've gotten it. The last thing is to just have your date, principal signature, in charge admissions. So I'll come here, hit enter 1, type my date, column, why didn't they give space for date? Remember, when I see something that's not okay, I will make it okay. So I'll do this. On top of date, I'll hit enter and use my underscore to create dashes here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 dash 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 for date. Then press tab. Watch this, I'm using tab. Tab, then shift underscore to create my lines, then tab. Let me go back once and create my lines here as well. When it breaks, I press backspace 1. Over here, let me reduce the tab here and add one more 1. Come here, add more 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so now it's similar to this. If I want to copy this and paste here, oh no, I think it's perfect. All right, so now that I have this, I'm supposed to have the date and the signature under this. So I think I'll click on this, remove the paragraph spacing. Remember, we are going back to paragraph spacing. The date has showed. Just after clearing the paragraph spacing, I'm seeing the date. So this date then is supposed to be centered. So I'll come here and first of all click on this, make it bold. Okay, let me finish typing so that you see the effect well. Let me press tab, then type principal, and I think principal signature. Then they say admission, in charge admissions signature. Principal, let's change ours to registrar's signature, and this will be principal's signature, like this. So now I'll highlight all of them, make them bold, and I want to put them in the center of the dashes here. So I'll use space to achieve that. This time I'm using the space. Then here, backspace, space, backspace, space. Excellent. So now you see that I've achieved one page. The spaces here are good for signing. The document looks elegant, and I think we are almost there. So now let me go through for final formatting. Let me save, Control S to save. Remember to save your work. let me check what we can do. I think we are okay. And you know what I want to do, just for the sake of learning? Are you with me? Let me just add some touches to it, just for the sake of learning. Let's try borders around this and see if it will work well. I think this is okay without borders, but just for the sake of learning, let's try. If it doesn't work, we are not going to use it. So to create borders around this, I click on the design tab, then I'll go to the last tool here called what? Where did I find page borders? Design tab. Excellent. So I click on page borders, and page borders will give me this dialog box for borders and shading, and I'm going to use a box border. Look at this. When you come to art, you can use several artistic borders, like all these funny things. Let's try love. Love is good. So love, 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 love. You see? Okay, but you see, this is terrible. You cannot design a formal document with something like this. You see, it's terrible. So if you send this form anywhere, it will look awkward. Now, formal documents should look formal. So don't use things like this. Don't be using things like Christmas tree, because you like it. You see, because you like it, something looks nice, so you have to use it. It's wrong. We don't do that. We don't do that. I see beginners make this mistake a lot. When they learn something new, they will apply it to everything. No, for formal documents, you have to be formal. You can't use balloons. Oh, come on. I can't use balloons for your borders. No. No. If you are designing a birthday card or something, you can do this. Now, for formal documents, I'm going to ignore the art. I don't need any art. Now, even the art, there are some that look a little bit formal. If you come down here, you can get some formal ones like this. Or let me get a nicer one, but I'm not going to use the arts. I'm just trying to tell you that we have some formal arts. Some of them look a little formal. You can try some of them. This is what I chose before. Some of them are a little formal. Let me apply this and show you. Some of them look a little formal, but this is wrong. So I'm not going to use the art. If you go through, you see that some of them are quite formal, but I'm going to select none over here, none, and I'm just going to use a box. And this box, I'm going to come here and select the box style. I think I need just, okay, let me try this style and see. If it doesn't work, I'll choose a simple box. Sorry, what happened? Okay, then the width, let me choose 2.5 and click OK and see. So this is the borders I'm getting. Let me open the margins a little and see if the borders will also move. Let me undo. Let me undo the borders and try again. After opening the margins, let me just see. Let me open the margins a little and try the borders again. I'll use box. Remember, I'll use box. I'll just choose one of these, change the width to 2.25. Okay, still the same. So if I still want to use the borders, I'll have to do some adjustments. Now let me ask you, do you think I should use the borders or not? Should I use the borders? Okay, so if you want me to use the borders, then I have to adjust the entire work. So first of all, let me bring this one down. Let me see how I can do that. I'll go to home and I'll go to the paragraph spacing and add space before paragraph. Add space before paragraph. You see what, when I did that, it brought it down. Then I will position my logo somewhere here. Remember, this is formatting, and this kind of formatting you need to pay attention. So admission form here, let me make it bolder and see, reduce the font size a little bit, and let me try something and see. Let me try giving it this design and see, and I'll ask you if you like it. If you don't like it, I'll remove it, just to create the emphasis here. Please, have you seen what I've done? Do you like it? Do you think it looks great? I think because of the borders, it looks great. Yes. It looks great because of the borders. So without the borders, we wouldn't have brought it, but I think it looks great for the borders. So we like it. Do you like it? Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Now I can see that you don't even know what you like. Okay, so let me try and create some room to make this come in, because I need this to come in. Let me come here and clear my remove space after paragraph. This is fine. Let's try here too. Remove space after paragraph. This is fine. See that I'm fixing everything. And come here to remove. Okay, sometimes let me show you something I'm not telling you. Let me show you something I'm not telling you. When I click here to highlight the whole line, sometimes if it highlights more than the word, I hold shift and I use my left arrow key to bring it back to get exactly the word. Sometimes when you highlight and it highlights more than the word, when you apply your formatting, it affects other things. So I bring it back to get it to exactly the end of the text. Let me remove the paragraph spacing there and see if it will look okay. If it doesn't look okay, I have to do something about it. It doesn't look okay. Let me undo. This is okay. Let me see where I can clear some space. I think I should come in the box and see if I can get some space from the box. If I check paragraph spacing, there's no paragraph spacing. What I'll do is to reduce font size. Remember, I told you that reducing font size can help you get space. I think I've fixed everything already. Beautiful. I think we are done. So our work looks professional. Our work looks professional. Let me save. I just click on the save button here. Click, and now I'll make it PDF. Remember, to make something PDF, you click on File, you click on Save As. Now to browse, I have the location here, so I'll just click on it. I don't browse again because I have the location here. I'll click on it, then I'm right there. I don't have to browse and go and look for it. I can get it from here. Then to make it PDF, remember what I told you the last time, it's all about the Save As type. Do you remember? You click on Save As type, and what do you select? PDF. Have you seen PDF somewhere? Where is it? Where is it? Where? This one? Excellent. You have good eyes. So I click save and our PDF is created. Let me minimize this and go and look for it. Let me close the notepad. I don't need it again. Click here and you can see, now let me go back to Classworks. You can see that our PDF is somewhere here and I found it. Double click and voila, our document is created. I can see something small, a small error. Let me correct it before we print. I can see that the passport picture needs to, let me zoom in. You see, it has to be in line with the dots. It's just something small, but I saw it. So since I've seen it, I'm not okay. I need to fix it. Since I have seen it, I need to fix it. So I come here, click on this. How can I fix it? Use my arrow key, right arrow, press, 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 and press. And I think I have it in line now. Okay, I think I'm okay. Control S to save. File, save as. Remember, when you make changes and you want to create a PDF, you have to go over the process and select your PDF and save again. When you click on save, it will ask you whether you want to overwrite, because we already have a file there called the same file with PDF. You already have a file named Model Academy Application Form. Do you want to replace it with this one? Yes, I do. So I click on it and it will replace it. So it is still saving. My machine is a little busy. It's done. Let me minimize. Let me open my PDF again. And voila, splendid. We are done. So we are going to print this and we will check if it looks okay. We will check if it looks okay. All right, so I'll take my printer cable and connect it to my PC, and actually I'm going to print the PDF this time. I'm not going to print the Word file, I'm printing the PDF. So to do that, let me zoom in right here and click on this icon here that says print. I click on it. I'll see my print dialog box. I'll see my print preview here. I check it. I think it looks great. It looks great. And I will come here and check the destination. Destination talks about the printer you want to use. So this is my printer, Canon IR 2018. Number of pages, print all, even though I have just one page. Number of copies, I just need one copy to see if I've done a good job. I'll check paper size, A4 pages per sheet, 1. Scale, default, I think everything is fine. And I will just click on this right here. Let me zoom out first and click on print. So once I click on print, I'm waiting for the document to be printed. My printer is about to respond and the document will be printed. Okay, so our document is here. Don't you think this is beautiful? This is good. This is good. This is good. So I think it's good. Now see this kind of form. When you see a form like this, you may be wondering, which program did they use to design this? It's Word. Can you imagine yourself using Microsoft Word to design this? This is nice. If you can do this, then it means you know the program. And you should be able to do anything you want. Microsoft Word can do anything. You don't need CorelDRAW to do this. CorelDRAW can also do this, but you don't need CorelDRAW to do this. Word can do this very well. And as you can see, we all use Word to create this, and you were all here, you saw this. All right, so this is a document. I'm sure you can see. This is what we just printed, and I think we've done a great job and it looks good. So today we've been able to achieve this. Next time we are going to work on something even more difficult than this, and you will get more skills with Microsoft Word. Remember, I'm taking you through the entire program. I'm going to make use of every single tool in the program just to be sure that I have taught you everything. So follow through with me in this course. Don't get tired. Spend the time and do everything I do so that you get the skills. The skills will help you better your career and increase your earning and your income. So today, this is what we've achieved. Next time, we'll do something even greater. I'm so happy that you joined us in this class. Make sure you watch out for the part 7, which will be coming in some few days time. And if you are watching this later, just check among the videos, you see part 7 and watch it. All right, so it's been great having you with me. Today we've achieved something. Tomorrow we'll do something greater. If you like more videos like this in IT and in document creation, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. If you have subscribed, then it's fine. If not, make sure you subscribe. All right, so I will see you in the next video. Bye.